UNCRC stands for the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. It is an international human rights treaty which has been signed up to by almost every country in the world, and it is there to protect the rights of children like us. There are 54 articles in the CRC, and these cover all the things that children are entitled to, like being able to play, being able to use your own language, getting access to education, and being safe are just some of the rights of children which are laid out for adults and governments. It comes into force in the UK in 1992. This year, 2021, the Scottish Government will adopt the CRC into domestic law, and it will become an important piece of legislation for government and local authorities. It means that when organizations or governments make decisions about children and young people or the services we use, they must consider us and how it will impact upon our rights. For schools and teachers, the CRC was always really important, and it was already in the principles of health and well-being, responsible of all and the well-being indicators in getting it right for every child. This year, the General Teaching Council in Scotland have also introduced new standards for teachers. This new standard identifies the need to respect children's rights and include our opinion when teachers, schools, and local authorities make decisions that affect us. In Glasgow, lots of work already goes on across the city and in schools to support and make sure we have our rights. To develop this, we were asked about what matters to us. This is part of the work going on to identify a children's rights framework in Glasgow. This survey was completed by over 5,000 children and young people.
I would like to be given more responsibility in school and not blamed for things that don't involve me. Having a space to talk about problems or a room for alone time at school or a place to release negative feelings in a safe way. It matters that every race cultures are respected. It also matters that everyone's opinion and ideas are respected. I just feel like everyone should be loved for who they are. In primary 6, we feel a lot of our freedom and space has been sacrificed to keep us safe. Whilst we understand that this is very important during the COVID pandemic, we are all very aware of it, and this came up a lot when we were discussing this survey. When we were completing this survey, we spoke a lot about how we miss having freedom to play with children from all over the school. We feel a huge vacancy in how our communities function at the moment, and we can't wait back to get to our clubs and our classes.
Our gender identity and sexual orientation is respected, even if you don't agree.
Basic human rights, not being discriminated against when you speak your own language, and having the right to do what you want to your body without others interfering. I feel like children that need someone to talk to and release emotions to have someone that matched to me, because many children have felt negativity that has affected them mentally. Just a little talk can make a child feel safe and loved. People respecting and using my name and pronouns. Personally, I felt bullying, body shaming, race, etc. is much more common in schools and is not getting treated seriously.
Family matters more to me than most things. I also like to know that everyone is feeling included and that everyone is treated fairly and not discriminated against for any reason, either in school, in the community, and at home.
Race and culture should be talked about more. Representation and diversity should be considered as part of the learning curriculum. We should take into consideration of talking about world issues more. For example, maybe the Israeli and Palestinian conflict, the millions of Muslims being held in concentration camps, which is now classified as a genocide, the thousands of black police brutality victims, the bombings and wars happening in foreign countries, countless rape victims and sex trafficking victims. We should be thought about currency, taxes, housing, bills and basic life skills. In the senior phase of secondary school, we should be able to choose from more subjects that would help us in the future, for example, accounting and science.
Not just being listened to, but being heard. It's one thing to tell a teacher about things that have happened, but it's another thing for them to go out of their way and change things for the better. To truly appreciate someone's culture and personality, you can't decide which parts of them are going to accept. For example, you can't accept the fact that they're black, but not the fact that they're gay. This form is a good way of acknowledging that you're willing to listen to our opinions, but things have to be more in depth to properly understand where we come from, and change has to take place regarding our views, or this is all for show.